Well, it's July 14, 2025. I'm Todd Dunn. It's just 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And when I left home, there was a wall of fog just outside the entrance to Southwest Harbor. And now, 15 minutes later, it's sort of lifted out. Little Cranberry and a good deal of Great Cranberry are still in the fog. Sutton Island is visible, but it's not supposed to last long. Fog's supposed to come in as soon as it starts to cool off. So, what's that mean? Well, that means that so far we have not yet taken the boat out. It's been in the water for a week, but we're hoping tomorrow. So let's head over and I'll talk about that. Well, walking down the ramp, it's a little bit after high tide, not much. I think high tide was around 2 today. And gonna head across to Seaquester and see how she looks. And you can see lots of boats, but mostly small boats. I was talking to the marina owner yesterday. He said they have more seasonals this year than ever before, but they're mostly little boats. And they have put in extra finger piers to provide mooring spaces for these, 35 feet and under boats. A lot of them under 30, and given up space for big boats because they simply aren't getting the big boats this year. Usually the last dock over there is full of 100-footers and bigger. Now there are 2 that look about 75 to 80, and that's it. So it's a funny year. So we'll head over and take a look at Seaquester, and I'll talk about what we've been doing over the last few days. And none of the boats here have moved because for the last 4 or 5 days it's been socked in with fog. Often, 100-foot visibility here at the marina. So not the world's best boating weather. And nobody I know, other than the day charter boats, have gone out. Nobody has gone out. Hey, here's Seaquester. And you can see some changes. Sunday, my wife and I came over and we put the Genoa up. Went up very easily. And then yesterday, we came over and we spent some time cleaning the boat. I scrubbed the decks, cabin top, and the cockpit, and she tidied up down below. So the boat is ready to go out. We just need a day when there's no fog. And you could take it out now, but I don't want to take it out alone, and my wife didn't want to come. So for those of you who aren't that familiar with my channel, Seaquester is a 1973 Allied Princess 36, and it's a ketch, but you'll notice there's no mainsail. There's a reason for that, and that is pretty simple. I am basically single-handing this boat all the time, and raising and lowering the main means going forward. And as I've gotten older, I am kind of wobbly on my feet, and I just don't feel safe doing that. So I sail with the Genoa and the mizzen. Now if there's any wind, say above about 12-13 knots, the boat will get up to hull speed, which is a bit over 7 knots, without the main. It'd be nice to have the main on a 5-knot day, but we don't need it. And without the main, I can sail the boat without leaving the cockpit. And that's become necessary because my wife, who's in her 80s now, is a passenger. So I am essentially single-handing the boat. Anyway, I'm going to go on board and we'll talk a little bit about what our hopes are for the rest of the month. Okay, I'm aboard the boat, and I thought I would talk a little bit about, the season so far. We put the boat in last Tuesday. It's Monday right now, so this is the 7th day, and we're hoping to maybe get out tomorrow. Since we put the boat in, it's been foggy every day, and just as you saw at the beginning of the video, it finally lifted out about 3 today. That's the first time we've been able to see the Cranberry Islands all week. And my wife has zero interest in going out when it's foggy. So the boat has sat here. Also, we had to get it ready. And that has been a bit of an issue in that as anybody who watches my channel knows, I spent the first half of June in a hospital with a condition that messed me up pretty good, and I'm still recovering. Although my recovery appears to be going pretty well. I'm under primary treatment by my dermatologist, whom I will be seeing in 2 days on Wednesday afternoon, after yet another drive into the big city, Bangor. And we will see how that goes. I'm still taking a couple of immune suppressing drugs because the condition I have was an autoimmune condition where my immune system decided that I don't need skin below my knees, which is not good. But it's growing back, and hopefully, the recovery is going well, and hopefully we'll be able to back off on some of the drugs I'm taking that are messing me up quite a bit. And I've already tapered down on one, but I started another one right at the time that I tapered on the first one, so we'll see. The dermatologist might taper me down more on Wednesday. At any rate, at this point, I'm recovering well. Skin is growing back, and my leg looks horrible, but it isn't as bad as it looks. Or both legs, actually. But it has limited me in terms of what I can do. I'm taking high-dose steroids, and they have quite a few side effects. One of them that's popped up in the last week and a half has been lower back pain. That really restricts me. I'm fine just sitting here. I mean, there's a little pain, but if I twist, it's really unpleasant. And just the normal motions of sailing the boat are going to hurt quite a bit. So before we try to take the boat out, I am going to have to drug up with painkillers, which I don't really want to do, but I'm going to have to. So anyway, what have we done since the boat went in the water? Well, I got the boat rigged. Sunday, we finally put the Genoa up. So the boat is ready to sail. All the sails that we use, the Genoa and the mizzen, are on the boat. The main is in my garage where it's going to stay. And so the boat's ready to sail. And as I said, I basically single-hand this boat, which is why I don't put the main on. So anyway, she's ready to sail. Yesterday we came over, cleaned the boat. I scrubbed the deck and the cabin top and the cockpit, at least the first pass, and got the worst of the dirt that had accumulated on the boat over the winter off. And it was, like a mud flow running off the decks. And my wife spent some time tidying up down below. Still needs a good wash, but that can wait another few days. So yeah, hopefully the weather is going to let us go out tomorrow. It has been foggy every day since we launched the boat. And just in the last 30 minutes is the first time we've been able to see the Cranberry Islands since we launched. And a lot of times we couldn't see that shore, which is what, maybe 300 yards away. That's the south shore of Southwest Harbor, here at the west end of the harbor at the marina. So yeah, so the plan is, if the fog lifts out as scheduled tomorrow morning by 8 or 9 o'clock, we'll come over, lunchtime-ish, and take the boat out for a couple of hours. But I'm still having significant stamina issues following my little vacation at the Bar Harbor Hospital. So I'm going to be pretty wiped out after about 2 hours. So it's going to be a short sail if we get out. Just go out, set the sails, sail around for a couple of hours, and come back in. At least that's the plan. It's all going to depend on what the fog does. Sunday, the fog was supposed to lift out by about 10 o'clock in the morning. Well, it lifted out of the harbor here by 10 o'clock the next morning. It was totally socked in all day. So yeah, not good. And we'll just have to see if they finally get a forecast right. They've been pretty far off all week. And then, as I said, Wednesday is a non-sailing day because I have to drive into the city, which is about a 3-hour round trip. And I'm going to leave about 1 o'clock, and I won't be home until 5:30 or 6. So it's going to kill the afternoon. So no sailing on Wednesday. And then the weather is supposed to go bad Thursday and Friday with rain. And yeah, maybe Saturday we can go out. If the forecast all the way out there is right. Saturday is currently forecast to be sunny, with a 10-knot southwest wind, which is perfect for an early season sail. So that's the plan right now. Hopefully get out tomorrow for a short sail, and then maybe get out again on Saturday if the forecast holds up. So far, forecasts haven't held up for overnight, let alone 5 days. So we'll see. But the boat is ready to sail. Finally, everything is done that has to be done to take it out, and we'll just have to do it and get it out there. This is the latest for our first sail since we bought the boat in 1996. We bought the boat in mid-June 1996, and since then, after 1996, we have been sailing in May every year. Well, we never missed a year. This year we missed May, we missed June, and we have missed half of July. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some of the second half of July and then get some sailing in August and September. Actually, July and August are not usually the best months for sailing here because it is often, guess what, foggy. So September is a great month though, and hopefully by then my health will have improved to the point where I can sail more. That brings up another consideration. This year, health has been the big factor in using the boat. And it's got me thinking that, it may be time to sell Seaquester and move on. I'd like to buy a powerboat. My wife's not particularly enamored with the idea. She says powerboats have, quote, no romance. So, yeah. But for me, the idea of a powerboat is we can go someplace. If we have a 15-knot boat, we can go out for a 3-hour run and cover some significant ground and go places that would take several days to get to on this boat. And given the way I've been feeling this year, I think that 2 to 3 hours is going to be our maximum sail for the rest of the summer. So we are probably not going to leave the great harbor of Mount Desert Island this summer. Maybe at the end of September we can sail around the Cranberry Islands if we get a good day and I feel up to it, but maybe not. So, you know, I'd like to go some places we haven't been for a long time, simply because we haven't been able to be on the water long enough as we've gotten older. So, you know, a powerboat would let me do that. So I have a few that I'm interested in. I did a video about a couple of them a couple of weeks ago, and you know, that had got a lot of interest. People thought I was gonna buy one. I was just thinking about it, and I'm still thinking about it. And the big thoughts there, you know, a new powerboat for me does represent a fairly big chunk of money. I don't want to buy an old boat that needs a lot of work, that I have to spend a huge amount of time maintaining. I want to buy something that's turnkey that I can use, because frankly neither of us has that many years left for boating. And in fact, as I said, I was talking to the marina owner yesterday, and he was saying that the community here has changed a lot, because a lot of the people have aged out one way or the other, either sold their boats or passed on. And the people here at the marina, which used to be quite an active community with a lot of interaction, you know, have changed totally. There used to be, you know, a dozen boats here that spent the summer. People lived aboard them. Now there's one. So yeah, it has really changed, and people that were good friends are gone, and that, you know, impacts the, you know, using the marina. So we have to think about that, and then think about, you know, if I can convince my wife to buy a powerboat, then yeah, maybe we can go some places that we can't get to on the sailboat, simply because, you know, they're too far away to go to at an average of 5 knots. Okay, I've been rambling on enough. I'll stand up and show you the view here from Seaquester, and then we'll call this video over. Okay, this is an LS-36. It sits next to it, and a BHM 28. It's a wooden boat, the dark blue one with the white topsides. Looks like a Beneteau that just showed up. I don't know what kind of boat this is. It's about an 80-foot power boat. It's been here for a few days. And then this is the view out into the harbor. We're looking sort of east-southeast now, and there are a lot of empty moorings and boats that aren't in yet. And yeah, this is the west end of the harbor, and that's the view from where Seaquester is now. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to stay here. Probably if we go out tomorrow, we're going to have to come back into our regular slip, which is on the other side of this Ellis. You can just see the end of the finger pier there where we would tie up. It's better protection than here, but the manager of the marina said he's got a catamaran coming in that he's going to put here that won't fit in a regular slip. So yeah, they get this spot, and we have to go back into our regular slip. So that's that. We'll see how it goes though. And so the west end of Southwest Harbor on the 14th of July 2025, and a view into Dysart's Great Harbor Marina. So I'm going to call this video over. I think you've heard me ramble on enough, and hopefully tomorrow I'll make a sailing video. See you then.